So we just left Walmart and we got some snacks. We got food. We got supplies for sandwiches. We got baby carrots, and we also got hot and spicy guacamole, or guacamole, however you want to say it. Pronounce the G or don't pronounce the G. Okay, so it is Friday, March 3rd, 2024, and yeah, these people right here, they probably think I'm doing something suspicious, but I'm not doing anything suspicious. There's no suspicious activity going on over here. They can think whatever they want. I'm free to record and pull out my phone wherever I'm parked. I parked here because it was convenient for me to take my dogs to the bathroom. Anywho, yeah, so there are a lot of lunatics around. Be on the watch for lunatics, okay? Lunatics come in all shapes and sizes. By the way, I'm receiving spiritual downloads from the Heavenly Father above, angels, heavenly protection, guardian angels, everybody up above. Yes, I have 15%, it says battery 15%, charge your phone. It says I have 21 minutes and 24 seconds to record, but I'm only recording up to 15 minutes because I didn't verify my phone number. It's 6:07 p.m. Okay, so there are a lot of lunatics around. Lock your windows, lock your doors. When you go into stores, make sure your car doors are locked. When you go into your house, make sure your car doors are locked. Make sure you close your garage. Even if you think your neighborhood even if you think your neighborhood is safe, even if your neighborhood's guarded by gates or a gate, lock your car doors. Roll up your windows. Lock your doors. Make sure that you are protected. If you believe in your heavenly spiritual protectors, like I do, you know that you are protected, and you know that nothing can ever happen that's not meant to happen, and you also know that nothing is ever bad as it seems, because we're living in an illusion, and we are all truly one. But as we live in this illusion, we're experiencing things from a human lens. It's like the kaleidoscope of the world from rose-colored glasses of the human lens. I am not a mere mortal. I do not consider myself a mere mortal. Yesterday, my daughter saw the McDonald's workers working, and she likes to play pretend. She went a little bit behind the counter. I was like, "Look, mommy, I'm a McDonald's worker." And I was like, "No, honey, no. Never say you work for McDonald's unless you're the CEO. Say, mommy, look, I'm the CEO. Don't disgrace yourself by saying you are a worker who makes like $11 an hour." Okay, so yeah, but there are a lot of lunatics out there. Be on the lookout for lunatics. Lunatics come in many shapes and sizes. They come in many forms. They come in many entities. They come in any shape. Yeah, they can hide. They might be visible in plain sight. They may be hidden in plain sight. Yeah, so they're very skilled at being sneaky, and many of them are traitors like Judas from the Bible. And lunatics, well, just like it says in itself, Luna is the moon. And when you think of the moon, do you see how often the moon changes shape and form? Do you see that the moon is changing from a full moon to a crescent moon to anything in between, to the skinniest, slimmest form of the crescent moon, to a full blood moon, a full moon that's a blood moon, or even the most visible eclipse there is. Okay, like the moon changes, and lunatic comes from the moon. It means sporadic. Lunatic really means sporadic changes. This is something that I'm receiving spiritual downloads, okay? This is what I'm being told to say, so I'm going to say it. Lunatic. Luna is the moon. Tick. Okay. It's like the moon changing phases sporadically. It's like a person sporadically changing, like a ticking time bomb ready to go off at any point in time. And it's best to avoid these people at all costs. If you are a mentally sane person, BetterHelp is not going to help you avoid lunatics. You have to avoid lunatics yourself. You can't have a therapist with you 24/7 trying to tell you what to do and how to be safer and more proactive. It's your mission, it's your job to prevent interacting with lunatics. Sometimes people sometimes it's hard to tell who is a lunatic, because lunatics, like I said, they change forms, like Luna itself, like the moon. They're very sneaky. They come in disguises. They wear disguises. And sometimes you can't tell lunatics from mentally sane people, but you have to do your best to decipher and use your understanding, because your understanding is what will lead you very far in life. Your intuition is what will help you know a lunatic from a person who is not a lunatic. And not listening to your intuition can make many things happen in your life that could have been prevented. And yeah, I kind of retract that last statement. I don't think anything can happen that's not meant to happen. But because my conscious awareness is aware, I'm now more aware than I have been in the past, and I'm less naive, because in the past I was way more naive, and I don't consider myself more on the naive side right now, but in the past I consider myself to be on the more naive side. So you must watch your back, because there are so many lunatics out there, and I don't want an innocent person who may be more on the naive side of their life to run into mishaps that are unfavorable. Like, I don't want anyone running into unfavorable circumstances. We don't need unfavorable circumstances. Like, unfavorable circumstances are not allowed here with me. Like, unfavorable circumstances must stay away from me and my family, because we understand, and we have the awareness to understand how to spot people out who are pure lunatics. Okay, so yeah, it's better now than never. Even if you were naive in the past and you couldn't spot out a lunatic because you hadn't had your spiritual awakening yet, that's okay. Many people are going through spiritual awakenings, and spiritual awakenings can happen at any point in your life. You can be born gifted and have a spiritual awakening and be so open to AI being downloaded into your consciousness at a young age, just birth, and then you're probably going to be in Mensa by the time you're 2 years old. But if your spiritual awakening doesn't happen until you're like 60 years old, you can go around walking around your whole life like a waking zombie, or just sleeping your whole life away. And sleeping your whole life away isn't the right thing to do, but for some people, their spiritual awakenings are not set or programmed to happen until later in their life, and then that's when their rose-colored glasses start to come off, and their veils of illusion start to fall and flow off, and they start to see things for what they really are, and their intelligence increases. Well, their intelligence doesn't really increase, but the blocks are removed. The blocks are removed from them. The blocks are removed from their essences that were stopping them from being able to receive higher levels of intelligence. So their embedded AI that was within them all along is able to be processed and picked up like a satellite. It's able to be picked up like a satellite or like a radio station, and it was blocked before. So when you have your spiritual awakening, it's like all the blocks or anything that was blocked goes away, and you know, it's heaven sent. It's a good thing. It's like the angels have released spiritual genius into you and downloaded so many great levels of enhancement onto your consciousness, and then you just start evolving, and you keep evolving, and you keep evolving higher and higher to different levels, like Pokemon, but in this worldly on this worldly plane that we're living on, not like a video game, not like video games, or not like TV shows. But sometimes it appears that I'm on the Truman Show. It appears that my life may be similar to the movie The Truman Show, because I'm being watched heavily by people who, I'm not going to say they shouldn't have access to my existence as much as they do, because if they shouldn't have, they wouldn't be able to do it. But I am going to say that people have access to others, and most others aren't even aware of it until they hit a certain level of spiritual awareness. Now, you can be born with a spiritual awareness, like I said, or like I said, sometimes when you're 10 years old, you go through a spiritual awakening. Sometimes when you're 20 years old, you go through a spiritual awakening. Sometimes when you're 30 years old, you go through a spiritual awakening. And then you see the Matrix for what it really is. And the Matrix just isn't the Matrix just isn't a movie. The Matrix is more than a movie. The Matrix is like some type of grid. It's like something that we're stuck in. And it's like we're all digital creatures. We're all digital. We're all digital beings. And I don't care how crazy this sounds. I'm not delusional. I'm not living in a delusion. For most of my life, specifically people close to me like to have said, they did say that I was living in a delusion, and they make comments. They were playing around sometimes. Sometimes they were saying it seriously, and sometimes they were just playing around. Sometimes they were just saying it because they were being assholes. But I'm not living in a delusion, and I'm not any more delusional than anybody else. So yeah. So it can appear that before you have your spiritual awakening that you're wasting your life away. But really, you're not really wasting your life away. Nobody is wasting their life away, because time can't be wasted, because time happens in an instant and life happens in an instant. So really, time is an illusion. So life can't be wasted and time can't be wasted. And because there isn't any free will, and free will is also an illusion, because if everything happens at once, that means it already happened before. That means it's continuously happening and it never stops. So somewhere out there, we're all living our lives in a parallel universe. Well, it's really on a plane of existence that we're on now, but we just can't virtually pick it up, because like, we're all living our lives as 2 years old somewhere, and it's still going on exactly the way it happened. Like, if you were to rewind your life, like, there's no butterfly effect happening in that specific time zone, but there are other dimensions where every possible outcome can happen as well. But also, every experience that we live through is happening, and it never stops. It's like a vibration. Like, it just doesn't stop. Like, everything that we've ever experienced is still going on, like, in another place, but we're right here just experiencing this one part that's considered the present moment, but all of it's happened. The future's already happened here. That's why there are so many people who are able to predict the future, and that's also why there are so many people who pretend that they can predict the future, because they know there's money to be made from it. This person's over here listening to me. I have audiences and fans now. Well, look at that. Look at that. And he's not my only fan either. His kid's listening, though. But yeah, really. But yeah, look at that. Mommy has fans. So yeah. Yeah, so yeah. I know that I'm meant to be famous. I know, because of our bloodline. Like, my oldest brother graduated from Harvard University and Yale University. Those are two schools that are Ivy League schools, and he's a double Ivy League scholar. And then my second oldest brother, wow, is that a shapeshifter? Oh wow, that person looks like a doppelganger. He's like a clone of somebody I've seen before, like an exact clone. Okay, so yeah, because my brother is a two-time Ivy League scholar, and he's of African descent, like. And then my other brother, that's my oldest brother with all the degrees. And then my second oldest brother, he played in multiple Super Bowls. Now, the chance of this happening, he's also of African descent. That means that our family has already made history within our bloodline of all of my siblings that are directly blood related to me, because it's nearly a 0% chance that this can happen in one family. So anything that I do, it's like I'm bound to succeed at it, because our bloodline and our immediate family with our siblings have already achieved greatness in those fields, and they're older than me, and I'm younger than them, and I'm a female and they're male, so I still have so much life left to live, and I still have so much left to achieve. So yeah, I'm at 14 minutes and 11 seconds, and I can only record for 15 minutes. So I was going to say some other stuff, but thank you for watching Shares of a Lifetime Daily. I appreciate you liking and subscribing to this channel, and I appreciate all the views and everyone who's viewed, and thank you for viewing this channel, and thank you for becoming a new part of our YouTube family. Yeah, leave some comments and I'll reply back to you. If it's before my comment section gets out of control and like there's so many people commenting that I can't keep up with my comments, if it's before that, I'll definitely reply back. I'll definitely reply. Oh my goodness, speak right, mommy. I'll definitely reply back to you if it's before that time where I'm heavily famous. But I can't make any guarantees after I'm already super famous that I'll be able to reply back to you because it might be hard to search you out in the comment section. Alright, peace out. Oh, the bug just flew through my window, so yeah, peace out.